Hey, what's going on, man? I made this video because apparently, you know what I mean. People are now saying, you know what I'm saying. People have been saying it for a while, but the video, this is kind of resurfaced of people saying black fighters are elite fighters because get this, because Anthony Joshua beat Jake Paul, and it's like, oh my God, he beat him. Oh, these guys are great. It's like, what the fuck is it about beating him that'll make you say somebody's an elite fighter when he's a fucking YouTuber? It's Jake Paul. Like, he sucks. He fucking sucks. But I mean, he's not completely just terrible, you know what I mean? And he does pick the shots that he wants to throw. I give him that credit. But, I'm sure he's not completely defenseless in a fight, you know what I mean? But he fucking sucks. What the fuck? People are bringing up all this stuff about, you know what I mean? Oh, black fighters belong on the Mount Rushmore of fighting. And, Jack Johnson, he was a good fighter, he belongs in this elite group of fighters, you know what I'm saying? He was fighting against racial struggle and oppression and stuff. And this conversation happens when Anthony Joshua beats Jake Paul. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what is it about Jake Paul where he's gonna fight and people bring historical context into it? Like, he's not a YouTuber. Like, get the hell out of here. Like, people talking about, when black people fight, they have this uphill battle, you know what I'm saying? They gotta fight social issues, and then they gotta fight in the ring, and then they gotta face social issues when they come out of the ring, you know what I mean? So they represent a lot more when they fight, which is true, but I'm wondering why this conversation comes up. Why would anybody even hint at this conversation when Anthony Joshua fights Jake Paul? My bad, I had to get my lighting right. Jake Paul. Do you understand? Why does this conversation come up now? Race has nothing to do with this fight. You know what I mean? He beat a guy who's on YouTube, and he offered him money, or somebody offered him money. They were offered money, they took the money, and they fought. They fought each other. You know what I mean? What is it about this fight that brings them up? Brings this up, you know what I mean? And I'm going, this fight played out like 98% of how I thought it would play out, how I thought it would play out. Anthony Joshua did, what he was supposed to do, and to be honest, Jake Paul did what he was supposed to do. You know what I mean? They did exactly what they were supposed to do, and probably what they were expected to do. You know what I mean? And a little more and a little less. But all this shit about people what is up with the YouTube world and the world who listens to where he fights him, and now we're going to bring up all this stuff about historical context, and we're going to bring up fighters from the 1920s and talk about Jack Johnson because he fought this YouTuber. Like, get the hell out of here. Like, stop playing. Like, where did this come up? And I'll give Jake Paul credit because, he'll pick his shots that he wants to throw. You know what I mean? So I'll give him credit in doing that. But I'll take it away from him. In saying that, you gotta excuse me, like they having like church below me or something. Having church below me or something like that, or they're having like a little service below me or something like that. But but I'll take credit away from him in saying that he targeted Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? Because Anthony Joshua just had a knockout loss versus somebody, and while he wasn't, in some of his attempts to get up, he wasn't woozy. You know what I mean? He wasn't woozy, but he couldn't get up because his legs were not working. So, you know what I mean? He I guess his adrenal glands or whatever circulates, blood and water through the body, it wasn't working and it wasn't circulating to his legs. And while he was trying to get up, he could not get up. He could not get up a couple of times. You know what I mean? and it was just from his legs not working. So I think Jake Paul targeted him, thinking he wasn't going to recover from that in the very next fight. And and he probably didn't. But yeah, but as far as people, putting, all this context behind him fighting fucking Jake Paul, it's fucking crazy. This is making me lose faith in the world. Like, are you serious? Like, we're gonna refer Tech Johnson? Like, stop joking. Like, come on, man. Like, for me to hear this, you know what I'm saying? He's saying black people belong on the Mount Rushmore of boxing and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's not true, but I'm gonna say, how the fuck did this come up? How the fuck did this come up when he fights Jake Paul? Are you fucking joking? Get the fuck out of here, like, you fucking Jack. I'm only, man. He fought this nigga, so we won't get to see him get his ass whooped, rightfully by somebody who's actually decent and smaller. You know what I'm saying? Now we gonna say, he bounced back. I mean, he had to bounce back from getting his jaw broke, and now he wasn't the same after that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see him. I would rather see him get his ass whooped by somebody his own side. You know what I mean? The right kind of ass whooping. But just because I know he's not good though. But